Hello everyone, Mike Daniels here with Rancho Coastal Properties. If you're an owner investor of real estate in San Diego County, I want to lay out a few of the new laws that you may or may not be aware of for 2024. Okay, so a lot of laws, new laws have come into effect, and I don't want you to be caught off guard by them and possibly get any fines or run into any trouble with your tenants. So let me walk you through a few of the laws, all of the new laws for 2024 that we are abiding by here at Rancho Coastal Properties for our clients and investors. Okay, so the first one is AB 1765. So this is actually a good one because what it does is it allows us to email the receipt for the screening process to back to the possible tenant. So before we had to mail it, required a hand delivery or mailing, and that was kind of a timely process. But it does require consent of the possible tenant of his or her email. Okay, so that's a good one. Moving along, so the trespass letter. The trespass letter used to be for 30 days. Now it's for 12 months. This is a good law. So you may have been aware of the squatting that was going on in properties over the past couple of years, and this one really protects landlords and investors from having squatters or trespassers in their property. It used to be that you would file a letter with the local law enforcement, and it gave them 30 days to act on it. So now what you can do is you can file it electronically, and it's good for 12 months. So the local law enforcement can really stay on the property and make sure that it's not being trespassed on. And also for properties that are permanently closed, so that went from 30 days to 3 years. So no court action is needed for eviction. And this is really a good law. It helps to protect homeowners against squatters. Okay, so the security deposit cap, AB 12. So AB 12 went into effect on July 1st of 2024. And what this does is it caps the month's rent for most units at 1 month's deposit plus 1 month's rent. So if you are a small landlord owning no more than 2 properties, so you can still request up to 2 months rent plus the deposit. But if you own more than 2 properties and you're looking to hold on to more of the deposit, that's no longer allowed. So that went into effect July 1st of 2024. Okay, so the next one, tenant use of micromobility devices. This is like scooters and e-bikes, things like that. So now what they can do is tenants can bring them into the unit and they're allowed to store them there overnight. So the big problem here was with the batteries, and owner investors and property managers were worried about these batteries burning up and causing a fire, especially in a high density building. So the batteries must meet safety compliance standards, and also the owner can require insurance in case these batteries start on fire. So now if you have a storage unit at your property, you can also provide that storage unit and ask the tenant to leave the unit in the storage unit. It has to be secured, obviously. Okay, next one. This is changes to just cause eviction rules, SB 567. So what some owners, investors were doing was they were evicting tenants to avoid the rent control. So they would evict a long-term tenant or try to raise the rents by evicting that tenant. So now what happens is you have to have just cause, and you have to have them be aware of just cause. So a just cause can be like not paying the rent, doing illegal activities in the property, things like that, things that they're not supposed to be doing. Now, if you plan on moving a family member into the property or moving back into the property yourself, you still have to provide them with proof that you're going to be doing that, because once again, owner investors in the past have used that as an example to get tenants out of the property and just to get a new tenant in there that they can pay more rent. So penalties will be imposed for non-compliance of these new rules. So if you're going to be evicting someone, make sure that you have just cause. Okay, next one, rent control for tenants with disabilities. So this is a pretty simple one. So say you have a tenant living in a second-story unit, and all of a sudden the tenant can no longer climb the stairs and you don't have an elevator, maybe close to the unit. So what you could do would be to move the tenant to a first floor unit, but you can't charge them more for it if the unit is compatible or smaller. So what it does is it makes it easier for the tenant with disability. So this is also good because it avoids turnover, and if the tenant has to move out because it's not compatible, then one of the worst things you can have as an owner, investor, property manager is turnover. It's the most costly thing that we can have. Okay, so here's another one: credit history for subsidized applicants. This is SB 267. And what SB 267 does is it prohibits landlords from using the credit score, credit report on a tenant that has a governmental subsidy for the house, like Section 8. So you cannot use the credit score to deny them of renting your unit if they have bad credit. So they can use other means of establishing credit with you. Maybe you talk to their last landlord and they have a really good history of paying the rent on time. So applicants can provide an alternative proof and the ability to pay, but their credit score is off the table. Okay, so key takeaway points for property owners. So understand and implement the new laws so you stay compliant, not out of trouble. Streamline the process with the screening fee changes. Review and update your policies on security deposits, mobility devices, and just cause evictions, and special considerations for tenants with disabilities. So if you're already an owner investor with Rancho Coastal Properties, don't worry, we got you covered. We make sure to abide by all of the new laws. And if you're an owner investor and you can use us as a resource, please feel free to go to our website, ranchocoastalproperties.com, and click on the property management, and there you will find a full video library. Thanks so much for watching this, and have a great day. Bye-bye now.